Hello there, this is Mo, and this is Mo Chat. Alright, this is going to be some prepper talk, okay? And I want to talk about a topic that a subscriber of mine did bring up. She talked about getting serious about first aid in a bug out situation, or an SHTF, okay? And I am very, very impressed with this person. The subscriber channel is called Mint Gumdrop. Very, very impressed. She is a nurse. Hello, fellow nurse. Great to know you. I feel like I can talk about this subject because I am a nurse as well. Now, I am not certified as a nurse anymore. I was a long time ago, but with moving in life, you know how it gets. When you move to different states, sometimes they don't accept your credentials from another state. So I let that go and I did not go back into it. But let me tell you something. Anyone who has ever been a nurse, they are good people, okay? Most nurses are caring people, they're smart people, they're patient, and they understand how to deal with stressful situations, especially when it comes to people's lives and taking care of other people. Okay? One of the things that I was talking about was doing a prepping to help other people. Okay, if you're sitting in your home, and let's say you decide to bug in, okay, and you've got all these preps ready, but all you've got is food, water, shelter, blankets, you've got basic first aid stuff, and that's all you've got. Well, what if someone knocks on your door who is injured? Okay, what if they are seriously injured? Are you going to have the knowledge to help that person? Or are you going to turn them away? Now let's think about this. What if it's your family member that is injured? Right there in your own home. Seriously injured. Do you have the stamina? Do you have the knowledge to save that person's life? It is very possible these situations could happen. And any prepper who thinks for 1 second that they are going to be able to handle every situation, that better be one heck of a super person, okay? You better be Superwoman or Superman, because not everybody can handle everything. You're going to need different talents, different types of intelligence, and different types of people. Nurses are the types of people that know how to deal with stressful situations. We are taught that. In the nursing field, we are taught how to handle situations and to get the most done and to get it done quickly, especially when it comes down to medical care. So, if you are going to bug out in your home and a lady or a man comes to your door and they say, "Please let me in, I've got medical training," well, you might ought to think about letting them in. Because if you're not a doctor and you don't have a nurse in your home, you may very well need that person. Okay, just for a few minutes here, I want to talk to you about some basic things that can be used in an emergency situation for prepping first aid to help others. First of all, you can go to any store, just about any dollar store, whatever, and you can buy alcohol, peroxide, iodine, okay? These are items that will help cleanse a wound if you had to, okay? If you have to clean a wound that's fairly messed up, okay? Let's say it's a surface wound, a bad scrape, okay? You need to clean that. Hydrogen peroxide, alcohol, iodine. There are creams that come in a first aid kit. We've all seen them, right? There's not very much in there. What you might want to do is have a pack, a fairly large pack, and maybe put one person in charge of that pack and fill it with essential emergency supplies for medical needs, okay, like bandages, okay? Let me tell you what I do. You can take white t-shirts, okay, white towels, bleach them, wash them in hot water, get them as clean as you can, and wrap them in plastic bags or put them in filled cases, okay, where they're kept clean, and put them into a first aid bag along with first aid kits, iodine, peroxide, those things I mentioned, scrapes and burns like Neosporin. You can get that stuff too, and you can find it cheap. Go to a dollar store, a cheaper place, you can find it. Get that stuff. You will need those things in a first aid medical kit. You want to have necessary items, okay? Alcohol and all of those things are fairly cheap. Stock up on them when you find them on sale. Get that. And bandages. Stock up on bandages like crazy. But t-shirts and white towels can be made into bandages. Even compression bandages. You can make them. Okay, by taking an old white shirt, like a square of it, and I had a square here we go. See this square of white material? It's just a square. But if you fold it, and you fold it, it can be made into a bandage. See that? And this can be placed over a wound, okay? And then you can take another strip like that, okay, a long one. And what you should do is cut up plenty of these long strips. These can be used for tourniquets. They can be used to strap boards or long twigs or branches on a leg that may be fractured leg, a compound fracture you can work with, or a sprained ankle that is really bad sprain. You can use these to tie, to hold that firmly in place, okay, until you can get proper medical attention. It may help it. It may give that person a chance to make it, okay? When you have your bandage, what did I do with my bandage? Lost it. Oh, here it is. See your bandage? Okay, I've got my bandage here. You will want to put this bandage over a wound. Let's say, for instance, that it looks to you like it's a deep wound, okay? You need a nurse that knows the difference between the types of wounds, okay? First of all, if it's a surface wound, then you can just cover it with that bandage. Clean it and cover it with that bandage and tie it around there. That'll work. Or even a piece of duct tape will work. Don't forget to stock up on duct tape, as a matter of fact. Or you can use your strings and tie it on there. Okay, another thing is a compression bandage. If you make this, and then you take another strip and open it up, a pretty big size strip, and put your bandage on the inside of that, like that. Okay? Your compression is in the middle. Do you see what I mean? And then place that over your wound, okay? Over your wound. And wrap it around. This is going to be difficult to do with no help here. I think I may later on get me a volunteer so I can show this. But see, your bandage is in the middle. See that? And then use your strings to make it tight. Okay, you can cross it there. Let me see if I can do this. You can cross it there. See? See, there's your bandage right there. And then cross it in the back. And then pull it forward and tie it again. You see what I'm saying? I mean, this can be done. And you can do that with strings, t-shirts, white towels. Just get them as clean as you can. And make as many of them as you can. Always have one square. And then you want a strip as wide as your bandage to put over it. And then pull it tight around and tie it. This will work. It is not the perfect bandage, but it will work until you can get somewhere where you might can get better ones. But don't forget, in a bug out situation, you're going to have to work with what you've got. Nothing is going to be perfect. And even if your bandage is not the best looking bandage, it is a bandage. Learn how to make your own compression bandages. It is possible. If you put that inside there. Okay, did you see how I done it? Okay, you put that inside there. Like that. Your bandage is on the inside. Put that side down on the wound and tie it around. And you can tie it more than once, okay? Crisscrossing it back and forth and tie it down tight. It may be all you can do, but that's one type of compression bandage that will work, okay? Also, make up a bunch of those and make up the ties to go with it. You need one of these and you need one of these. And make sure your strip is wide enough to go over the bandage, okay? Now, these strips can also be used as a tourniquet, okay? And you always put the tourniquet above the joint. Never put it on the bend. Never. Right here, don't do that. Okay, I'm talking about a tourniquet. A tourniquet is used to stop the flow of blood coming from an artery in a wound, okay? So you want to put that around. The artery always is inside. It runs here to here. It runs through here, okay? It does not run here. It runs here. So you want to tie your tourniquet on the inside, in here, and tight, okay? So I'm doing this with one hand. You see how I'm doing this? It's really amazing. Okay, you get a hold of that and you pull it. Okay, I got it with that hand. You can even tie a tourniquet on yourself. I mean, it looks difficult, but it can be done. In a fight situation where you have to, you can do it. And you have to pull it tight where you feel that pressure. And it slows that blood flow down, okay? That's going to come loose. In a situation where you have to do that, it would be a good idea to try to have somebody with you. This is why I'm thinking that if you do not accept people into your group, especially those with knowledge in the medical field, nurses for instance, then you're losing. I think every group should have at least 3 nurses and 1 doctor. If you can't find a doctor, then get more nurses. That's what I think. I'm going to try to do a video on demonstrating how to do tourniquets in the field and how to do compression bandages in the field. I will also attempt to do a CPR video. It is difficult, but I think I can do it. Okay? Check back with me. This is Mo, and this has been Mo's Prepper Talk. Get you a nurse. A nurse can be your best friend. They can also save your life. Bye.